Alrighty, so week 5 attendance, moving into our bootstrap section because it's important. And I told you this before, but Todd doesn't teach you bootstrap because he's teaching you basically how to do what bootstrap does for you, but to do it without the framework itself, just to be able to do it in what we call the platform. You know, there's a saying that's called use the platform, and it's a good one. And there are times that you will, for sure. And there are times when you're going to run into either somebody that built on Bootstrap, and I know I've said this before, so it's a little bit of a repeat, but this is why it's good to learn Bootstrap and how to deal with the site that is done in Bootstrap. So the course content is laid out for this week. I think it speaks for itself. I hope you're finding this doable, and it seems like most of you are, which is great. Reaching out for help when you need it, awesome. Come see me when you need, that's great. A couple of you have. And just because, you know, there's a lot this course covers, and there's a lot that you have to really learn how to deal with on your own system. And each system is set up differently. And understanding your own setup is definitely part of being in development because there's so much that happens locally, as you now see, now that we've moved into that phase of our class where we're only working locally. We're not working out on the GitHub interface. And I will say this one more time, do not change things out on the GitHub web interface like we did in the beginning of the class. Don't do that because it just creates kind of a thing that you have to deal with. It's called reconciling, and it can be pretty easy depending on what you've done, but if you have files that are in conflict, and I know somebody ran into this in the chat, that can be a little more challenging. So in those situations, definitely come see me. Okay, the last thing I want to say is, and I've mentioned Valley Dev Fest, but I'm going to mention it again because we're getting closer, and now we're at the point where I need to start figuring out how many my students want a ticket. This is going to be, I don't know if we got the Eventbrite set up yet. Let's see, reserve your ticket. Oh, this is still for last year. So I believe it's going to be around 20 bucks down at Bitwise. We're going to give you a light breakfast and lunch. There's going to be, I think I said this before, 4, maybe 5, but 4 folks from Google will be here. Excited about that, to have some of our friends from Google come down and help us run our conference. Our keynote is actually going to be a Fresno woman who was hired at Google recently, who works on the actions in Google, and she's awesome. I definitely would not miss her keynote. So think about that, and what you could do is, if you're interested in a ticket, and I only say ask me only if you're sure you can go, because I have done this in the past where I've given students tickets when they don't use them, and that's really hard for people organizing events to figure out how much food they need. So only ask me for a ticket if you're sure you can come. Okay, just make that commitment to you and me that that's true, and then reach out to me in Canvas and say, okay, yes, I would like to go, and then I will get, because I have to get an idea about how many of my students I'm going to get tickets for. All right, talk to you soon. Bye.